what is the difference between psychotherapy and spirituality? So, let me also give you a little background on this question. This question came up when I was doing this session on psychotherapy for a group of budding psychologists. I was sharing with them, and it went off very well. And I then mentioned to them that while you are very enthused with the psychotherapy techniques, and quite excited to use them on your patients, clients. But you need to keep this in mind that therapy is not the ultimate solution. And then they were intrigued, because for a psychologist or a psychotherapist, they give a lot of importance to psychotherapy. They think it's a lot that they are doing, and especially when you are young. I remember when I was young, as a new into this whole field of psychology, I used to feel like it was the mantra to have your problems solved. So that's the reason I mentioned it to them, and also that psychotherapy does not give you the ultimate. It gives you a little help, support. Yes, it's very important, but not the ultimate answers. And of course, most of the people don't even want ultimate answers, do they? Most people just want a little bit of relaxation, and if their mental pain is relieved, that is really good for them. So, anyways, differentiating between psychotherapy and spiritual practice or spirituality. So let's understand that psychotherapy is a treatment of an affliction if something has gone dysfunctional. It could be treatment of mental, emotional, behavioral issues that are causing you problems and challenges in living a normal life. This means that, whatever we call normal, optimal, uh, a person, how he or she adjusts to your regular days, situations, takes decisions, they have difficulty doing that. They are not even able to live normal, happy life. Okay, then psychotherapy is required. And then there could be issues like anxiety, underconfidence, depression, sensitivity, volatility, anger issues, guilt, shame, like so many things, right? Which can also be caused. There can be so many causes of it. Like, it could be something, and especially when we talk about psychotherapy here, psychotherapy is also different from counseling, but psychotherapy could be for anxiety, depression, and all those symptoms that I spoke about. They could come for reasons which could be so intense, like, let's say, a rape, childhood abuse, maybe death of a family member, or it could be just mental issues like family expectations or lack of emotional development. It could be any of those. Any of those. How does a psychotherapist help if you are living a suboptimal life? If there have things that have happened to you because of which you cannot do things which allow you to live a normal life, then a psychotherapist would help you to break the connection with the cause of that trauma, whatever has caused that issue, or make you neutral towards it so that your mind reduces or stops generating those negative emotions which are associated with the incidents. Because most of the times, what we have seen is that it could be a very strong negative incident or an incident which has made some negative emotions or negative connections because of which this happens. For example, if childhood abuse has caused trauma or feelings of fear or anxiety or guilt, then the psychotherapist would help the victim see this in a more neutral light, or help them take an action that would help the client to express their feelings. We also find that many times people repress their issues. They repress it so much that they are unable to see them, or even if they, whatever triggers those feelings causes trauma for them. So that is what a psychotherapy does for you. Now, if I have to give a very simple answer, actually, psychotherapy helps you to go from a negative to a neutral state. If that neutral state also is like, if in many cases it may not even be possible, but still if that happens. So, for example, we may say that somebody is at minus 20 or minus 15 or minus 10, and psychotherapy helps you to come. If you are at minus 20 and if it allows you to come to minus 10, that's progress. Or if you come to minus 5 or minus 2, and obviously the goal is to bring you to 0, that is neutral. So we can just say like that, coming from negative to neutral. That is what psychotherapy does for you. But spirituality is something totally different, isn't it? Spiritual practices not only take you until 0, they take you far beyond that. They can give you the ultimate solution. They give you the ultimate results, the ultimate goal that not only solves your problem for this particular issue, but helps you resolve all issues, you can say. So that is the biggest difference. Now, for many cases, we also know that we all know that when we follow a path of spirituality, spiritual practices, sometimes the guru also acts like a counselor or a psychotherapist. So one can say spiritual practices help us to go beyond, but also there are issues that may have to do with the lower chakras, if I may say that, which is related with your lower 3 chakras. Because what is happening is it could be because of fear, it could be because of anger issues, or worry, or guilt, or those negative emotions. Then you get both. There is a possibility, and especially if your higher layers are open, then the guru will not only help you to do with the going up higher, but also deal with some of your other psychological issues as well. So spiritual will go much, much higher. Psychotherapy does have a role to play, no doubt about it. It is very important in the society to help one live a normal life as much as possible. There are so many emotional, mental disorders that people suffer with, and everybody does not get on a spiritual path. But yes, still, if there are major issues that one goes through, it's always helpful. If you get an opportunity to get on a spiritual path, and if you find the right person to guide you, then it can do both for you, the spiritual support as well as the psychological support. In fact, being in this profession, many of the people associate with me more as a psychologist, although I prefer to associate or think of myself more on the spiritual side, because psychotherapy or psychological techniques or psychology for that matter is really, really limited, really limited. And here also, interesting part is that those who go to psychiatrists, so there's a difference between a psychotherapist and a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is is a physician, a doctor who does MD in psychiatry, and they have the license to give medicines. And for most people, it does happen that when you go to a psychiatrist, they will give you certain medicines. And those medicines don't actually treat you, they just temporarily stop the symptoms. That's all. But they are not really dealing with the issue. Psychotherapists are psychologists who get trained in psychotherapy, who spend a lot of time with people and help them get over it. Then we also have counselors. So counselors are also psychologists. They may or may not use psychotherapy, but they may try to help people through talking to them, understanding them, making them express their feelings, all of those things. But of course, beyond all of this comes the spiritual, the guru, who can do this also for you and help you not only be happy with just -2 or a 0, but go beyond that.